everything's loving the rain that we're having at the moment. And the fig tree that we worked on at the end of last year is no exception. They're all small as yet, but they're still growing, and there's lots of them and lots of new growth. And after pruning all of the olive trees with A&G, the olives are growing too. The prickly pears that we planted, rescued from the dodgy lay-by, they've nearly all taken and they're growing. So that's brilliant. Need to get in here and just weed around them. And the water is pooling rather than just flowing down the hillside. So it's pooling up against the ribs, the swales that we have. And this one is planted out with potatoes. I've harvested about a third of the potatoes that are planted, and we're eating those at the moment. These have all really perked up with the rain that we've had. And all of the trees are doing really well, and lots of little oaks popping up. But we're here to look at the IBC. Let's see how it's doing. Wow, that's really good. So it rained gently most of the night, and as you can see, that's the line there. So let's have a look and see what that is in real terms. That's 700 litres. So it's the second time this has filled up. So it filled up with the rain from last week. Then I opened the tap and the water travelled all the way down the pipe, using gravity to come down the hillside. Then the pressure from the 1,000 litres of water that was in then came up and went into this IBC and filled it to, well, that's a little bit wonky, so we'll not say 900, we'll say 850. So 850 litres went into this one. I've now taken the pipe and it's come round down into this second one, and it's the second one that will now get filled, hopefully. Let's see if there's enough pressure to make that happen. Turn it the right way. Oh, I can hear it. Yep. Let's see what's happening. Yep, can you hear that? So we're now capturing water into the second IBC. I'm just going to let that run and we'll come back and check on it in a short while. I've brought you down to the pond now and you'll see a difference The rain that we've had has been flooding down the hillside, taking the channels that were made for it, and it is starting to refill again. So not at the point where it had breached. So you can see over on the far side, that's where I repaired the breach, and I've now got an overflow pipe about a foot below the repair. But we still have a lot of water here. This section just here, that's probably 6 to 8 feet deep in that water there, and that deep section goes all the way along and then becomes much shallower here. But that's really good for June. Everything is really soaking up the extra rain. Here we go. We've just had a look at the pond, and in those few minutes you can see the water level rising, so that's excellent. Our little manual overflow is working a treat. So the rest of today, tonight and tomorrow we're due rain, some of it quite heavy, so big fingers crossed we can hold on to as much as we can. Whilst we've been clearing the land, lots of plants that have been here for years have started to re-emerge, and this vine is one of them. So I was just clearing and raking the soil up to make a mound for this is where the rainwater runs down the hillside and into the pond, and little shoots were coming out, and you can see the stump of an old vine there. So we've just given it a bit of space, give it a bit of time, and we'll see what happens. And here, my nemesis at work, the ants. So it's clear that they've got a little nest here in the edge of the garden where I've built the retaining wall, and they're carrying all kinds in and out. These are some of the guys that steal all my seeds. As you can see, they've got a real busy pathway going all the way up. Not sure what they're carrying. They're all busy. I've left a couple of lettuce to go to seed, and these are almost in flower now. This is broccoli that I left to flower and go to seed. So I now have all these lovely seed pods. So I'm going to wait until after the rain and let them dry. Oh, that one has already opened. So yeah, collect them for next season. And more lettuce and little cabbages in this bed. There's very little in for the summer. The last of my red onions, I'll be harvesting those very shortly. Tomatoes are loving all of this damp weather, as are the little leeks. So these, I think, are leeks, but they're like a small garlicky leek. Aloes Français is the name that it had when I bought them. And the little cabbages, these have been really hammered by caterpillars, so I'm hoping that these 6 will survive. I think I might only end up with 5, but yeah, these Aloes Français are delicious, so I'm glad that they are perking in all of this moisture. But here are the tomatoes. They're a mix of different varieties. They are staked, but the stakes are rather inadequate now with all of the growth that they've put on in the last week. So I'm going to be looking for more stakes to help them. Lots of flowers come in, and I'm continuously nipping out all the little side shoots everywhere. Little weed as well. I'll get that out. Just keep checking them. There we go. Oh, there's a few there. That's a big one. Lovely. I have 3 different varieties. One is a Roma, which is a large cooking tomato. Then there was a small dark cherry tomato and a normal sized eating tomato. I think it was Marmande. Actually, that's quite a large one. But they did all get mixed up. So sadly, I'm not sure which is which until we start to see the fruit. But nature at its best, just romping away. This is the second of 2 existing apple trees that were uncovered when the land was cleared. And I've also done a lot of cutting back on this one. It seems to be a green apple, perhaps like a Golden Delicious or some kind of Granny Smith kind of green apple. But yeah, laden with fruit. This branch is bent right over, but doesn't show any signs of breaking or damage. But I need to support this one. Okay, let's get back. We're back at the IBC. Here we are. And there you go. A few more minutes and it's doubled in the volume. That's been piped from the top IBC down to here. Brilliant, it's working. That's great. And here we are back up at the IBC. That's collecting rainwater from the roof of the garden house. And as you can see, this level has dropped right down as it's transferred into the bottom IBC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this one off again and leave it to fill up. We'll just let that one refill with the rain that's coming and then empty more out and keep it stored for when we need it. The pumpkin patch is definitely enjoying this weather. It's warm, it's wet, and they are romping away. Yeah, really strong, lots of growth, lots of nodes where the fruit will hopefully set. And I also have a couple of courgette plants in here. Let's have a little look. Here we go. Yep. It's not looking too healthy on that one, but the plant inside is looking really good. This one is doing amazingly well. Starting to get some flowers on it. Plenty of space for it to wander off, go where it wants. There's the little oak in the middle of the pumpkin patch, and the old vine that's next to the well is doing really good. It's got lots of new growth, As you can see, it's got lots of grips starting to grow, and it's using the fence and the partial pine tree that we left as support, just taking off. It's the next day. We had a lot of rain last night, even though the afternoon was sunny and got hot. Just to give you an idea, before we look at the IBC again, here's just the wheelbarrow. Yep, full to the brim and brimming over. So I imagine the IBC is going to be full. Oh, but it's not. It's only to here. How can that have happened? I'm so confused. It's not full. It's barely got any more in.
Barely got any more in?
Yeah.
After it was just a quick downpour, mine, wasn't it? Wow, you said that, that's full.
Yeah, so let's have a look and find out why.
Yeah.
Is this blocked?
Oh, right. No, would have got through there.
But that looks as though
oh dear,
it's
no,
moved.
This hasn't filled up here though.
Yeah, it's blocked.
Oh.
So that's what's happened. So we didn't get all that lovely water yesterday. It's bugs and a bit of debris, because it's obviously filled up, and then that must have got heavy and
Sent it back.
yeah, flooded out somewhere else.
Let's have a
Okay.
look there.
Yeah, because that's barely got any more in. I would have thought the pressure of the water would have still got through it. Yeah, so it's done that. But then this isn't full.
No.
So that's done the job that we wanted it to do.
Well, it has, yes. How do we get this off then? I could just clear it out.
Yeah,
Oh, actually, it might
probably.
just come off like that. No.
We made it really tight.
Mm.
If I pull one side, can you pull the... Oh, you've got it.
Okay.
Because that's not that much debris to block it.
It is actually, it's quite solid.
Oh, disappointing on a morning.
So what do you think's happened?
Well, it certainly looks like it got blocked.
Yeah.
Although that didn't... I mean, if it had been blocked like this much, then I could understand it. But it was only blocked by less than a centimetre.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of debris in.
So that's confusing. For the wheelbarrow to be so full, I can only assume that that's what it was. Unless there's a blockage at the top and we haven't looked at that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
We would have seen it when we took that off though.
Yes, we probably would have seen.
Because
we've taken the downpipe off.
Yeah.
Cleared everything out.
You think there might be a blockage in there?
Yeah.
We'll have a look. I'll be able to just get up and have a look.
You think?
Possibly. That's clear.
Yeah, clear as a whistle.
I think we need to lift that up a bit though, like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Somehow.
how
It's
that's...
slipping again, isn't it, off that thing? It's slipping. I think because we need to... It's too many pieces. Yeah, see, there's no blockage.
No, yeah, it's daylight.
Oh well.
Strange just how it worked so well.
Yeah, it still worked well. It's just got a blockage somewhere. Weird. Don't know why. Okay. No blockages.
You had to have it down in there first.
Yeah.
And then...
This is where the issue is, isn't it? Which is where the... Oh no, it's okay.
Oh!
You got that on camera?
Yeah, that wasn't meant to happen, was it, love?
No, that wasn't meant to happen. Oh, you got it.
Ta-da! Okay. Just have to make it down alive.
Mind your head. Well done. Very good.
I want my wellies to stay dry, and now it's just run down inside my welly.
Oh dear. So, we need to rethink this for filtering. Then
Yeah.
we need something hard on there.
Yeah, we
and
need
then,
like quite a firm sponge or something. If we can get like a piece of sponge that we can cut that circle out of, so it sits. Then it's got a section, and it's been held in.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, we'll have a look. I'm sure there'll be something, as you say, which will then hold itself tight in this,
Yeah.
in here, so that it's no risk of falling in, and tight enough to hold the pipe as well.
But we may just have to go with this.
For today. I think it's going to fall back in again.
Well, not if we squash it. Don't squash it too hard.
Okay.
Okay, let me take this off. Do it.
Temporary fix?
Temporary fix. What we've done is use
Okay.
the lid from one of the other IBCs, which was actually a piece of packaging from a power bank or something, yeah. Which has a hole in, with the net filtering over the top of that. This should be big enough to not fall in. The hole should be small enough to not allow the pipe to fall in. And we're working on some kind of other theory with regard to filtering the bugs and the debris out, possibly by making one that can fit over the top, which is easier access. So now we just have to...
Because this will work, we think.
Yeah.
The trouble is, this is going to collect all the bugs.
Yeah.
So all the bugs are going to sit inside this net. Then when we come to get rid of the bugs, because it's blocked,
we pull it out.
We pull this out, all the bugs are going to go into the water. So that theory is still in its theory stage. Thinking stage, yeah. So I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. Yeah. But for the moment, hopefully that will capture some water. It's a shame we missed all that water last night, but there you go.
It was a deluge. It literally just like bucketed it.
Well, I'm kind of wondering it only bucketed it down from like about 10 minutes, so maybe there wasn't much water there.
Well, if you look at how much
that's
is in
true.
there.
Yeah, that's full. There was a lot of water. Yeah, there was a lot of water.
So how do we lift that up? Yeah.
I don't think we're going to. No. So just having a wander down to the pond, to the lake, and yeah, we definitely got a fair bit of water last night in that deluge, because that's filled by a fair bit. Probably won't be able to tell on camera how much it's filled by. Yeah, it's difficult to tell, but probably from here, probably about 3 feet, maybe a metre. Yeah, that's probably raised by about a metre there.
To butt in.
Oh, okay.
I took some footage yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be able to compare the footage from yesterday to the rain that we had
Okay.
last night. But that is definitely much more full. And you can tell by all of the surface muck and the muddy
Well,
colour.
we can see by the level along this line how much it's moved this way.
Yes.
But it's difficult to kind of... But
And
if you've
here
got some
comes the rain
footage... Yeah.
again.
Okay, so that's the rain. Yeah. Come on then, fill these IBCs
Yep.
properly this time. Okay, let's go. think we best get back then before the rain starts to pour.
Yeah, because you'll just dissolve, won't you, Darren? Because you're not waterproof.
I'm not waterproof, no. What is it you said? What was it you said? Yeah, we are semi-permeable membranes.
Your skin is,
yeah, our skin is a semi-permeable membrane, Elaine said to me once. So we're not waterproof, no.
It's like going back to the winter, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It was like every day for 6 weeks.
Yeah. So we've just switched on. It's like high-tech equipment. We've just opened the tap on our main IBC tank behind the house here, and we're sending the water down via the overflow down to our overflow tanks, and it's filling up really well. We've only got about 300 litres in the tank next to the house, or behind the house, but the pressure of that water is still enough to send it down to these tanks. So our system is working really well. Isn't it? Yeah. We weren't sure of the physics. We weren't sure how it was actually going to work, if there was going to be enough pressure. But
the size of the
hose, yeah,
compared to the volume, and
yeah. So we weren't really sure if the pressure would be enough to push it down, especially as it's going down a hill, but then it's going up a hill to get into the top of the IBC.
Yeah, the pipe has to go to get to the top.
Yeah, so we weren't really sure, but yeah, the theory's there and it's working. So that's really, really good. So now we're considering maybe another IBC. I mean, the idea I think here is to have maybe 6 IBCs as our plan. We have 3 so far. So yeah, the plans are there just to collect as much of this as we can. Probably not going to happen this time round, but for the next rains, you know, the next winter. But that's filling up really, really well.
It's the same day, but after lunch we've had a few more rain showers and the level of the water has risen. So it's up to this section here. So that's almost back up to the 300 litre mark, which is good. So I sent about 200 litres down there this morning into the lower storage IBC. So that's probably another 200 litres that we got since lunchtime. And the sky, yeah, black. We've still got more rumblings of thunder. And the forecast has changed to say it's likely to be like this tomorrow as well. So I am looking forward to the sun coming back out. I would like things to get dried out, but capturing all this lovely rainwater might just see us through our gardening summer.